Now, I plan on doing another video about this, a longer one, but I just want to do a quick little video here before I head out to work. Now, the UK has officially left the European Union. Nigel Farage, I think that's how you say his last name. I apologize for the ignorance on that. I don't really follow UK politics that closely, but I gotta say, this is like the American Revolution, kind of like in reverse. The American Revolution, we won our independence from the British. Now they are breaking free from their own tyranny. And congratulations to them. The speech was breathtaking, what Nigel said. Freedom from the banks, freedom from, invasive politics, freedom from corruption. Beautifully said by Nigel. Paraphrasing a little bit there, but he did mention the banks, and he did mention, corruption in politics and getting away from, the European Union, which is no more than a central bank, one world government machine. This should be like a cue to the U.S. to break free from the United Nations, from the UN. Get the fuck out of there already. The same way that Great Britain is breaking free from the European Union, this is a great idea, to finally have their own currency again, have their own identity. You see that the way how Germany is becoming. I don't think any country wants to copy that as a template. You don't even have freedom of speech anymore in that country. You speak out against the refugee situation and people have gotten arrested. The UK was getting a bit funky at times, but now I'm happy that they're breaking free. Maybe they'll get rid of socialism while they're at it. They look like they're doing a complete 180, and congratulations to them. And what I can't believe is that there's SJWs out there, and there's just general liberals out there that they're disagreeing with this. And what I don't get is, how could you be disagreeing with this? It doesn't make any sense. It's a good positive thing, and how can you put a negative spin on something where there's really nothing negative you could say about this, but people are finding ways. And one particular YouTuber, I started off being a really fan of his when I was younger here on YouTube, meaning within age, and maybe also just being new to the concept of YouTube and, how influential some people can be. I listened to The Amazing Atheist. And in recent years, he's been talking out against feminazis and SJWs, and I've agreed with what he said on these particular topics. But this guy completely jumped the shark when it comes to this situation. I don't understand what the guy was smoking, what he was on. The fact that he would even make a video opposed to it and then start talking about Texas. And I gotta tell you something, TJ of the Amazing Atheist channel, The Amazing Atheist, you are the Amazing Atheist, but that video, this is pretty cheesy, was not very fucking amazing. That is liberal 101. Make fun of Texas. The thing is, you try to be like the anti-liberal by tearing down SJWs and tearing down feminazis, and you do it probably better than anybody here on YouTube. No, when you talk out against those things, I admire you, TJ. You do utilize your First Amendment. You do talk against them quite eloquently, and like I said, you do a good job with those videos. But when it comes to politics, man, you totally missed the boat. And those things do involve politics, but you totally missed the boat when it comes to that. I don't know how you could possibly think these things. You're a big fan of calling people bigots, and the thing is, you talk out against the people who call others bigots with the SJWs and the feminazis, but then you go ahead and you're calling Texans bigots, and I really don't know what to think of you. Don't really understand your philosophy. It's kind of like you go one way and then you go the other way, even though really deep down everything is kind of like, you know, interrelated, interlocked within another. You know, the whole thing with SJWs, I mean, that was going on like crazy in the UK. Paul Joseph Watson, he just done reports on it. Like the UK, if anything, is worse than the US when it comes to SJWs and feminazis and things of that nature. So, you know, I don't really know where you base your information off of, and it's a bit fucking wacky. I don't understand how you could be against something like this. You know, it's just you're kind of going hand in hand with your usual philosophy, and it's wrong. It's absolutely fucking wrong. You know, I don't know how you can still support Obama in this time. I mean, the guy went over there and he basically threatened the UK, said he was going to move them to the back of the queue if they disengaged from the European Union, and they didn't listen to him. As far as I'm concerned, the UK is braver than the US. Nigel is braver, obviously, than Obama, because Obama is like one of the leaders of the machine. He might just be a puppet, but you know, they've given him a top spot. Because this guy falls in line better than probably any president or any political figure before him. Anyway, I'm going to do more videos on this. You know, anyway, if you guys want to hear me talk about any specific topics, I'm probably missing a lot about this. So especially people from the UK, tell me things that you want to be addressed. Even if you're against the UK leaving the European Union, tell me why. I'll address it. Alright guys, I'll do another video on this, and I'll see you next time.